Okay, we're gonna get started here in just a few minutes. I have if you're following along, I have my band set up about 1.5 inches above the floor for a push-up position hold. So that's kind of where I situated my Primal 7 system tonight. So if you are following along with me and want to set up your band, set it up so that you are comfortable in the push-up hold position. So that will determine how high your band will be. My rings are going to be locked as well, so they can't move. So make sure you strap both of the green webbing straps through the 9 hook so that your rings aren't moving. And then pull the safety covers over the bands, and we'll get going in a few minutes. So we'll be doing Foundations 1 tonight, and that's all about holding good alignment. So really practicing our alignment with each exercise so that we can get in great form with all these exercises. So our exercises build upon each other, and we don't want to have bad form. So we do want to make sure that after we go through Foundations 1 with our good posture, it will carry over when we start to do repetitions and so on and so forth as you go throughout your exercises on a daily or weekly basis. So that is the reason that we're going to do all holds for video number 1 tonight. Okay, so we'll be going over just a real quick rundown of what we'll be doing tonight. We'll be doing 2 rounds of preparation. In preparation, we're going to do T-spine twist. We're going to hold each for 10 seconds, and I'll go over all this stuff with you guys too as we're walking through it. And then we're going to do a squat hold for 20 seconds, and then a hamstring stretch, 10 seconds on each side. And then the last one is a shoulder overhead stretch with the rings for 20 seconds. We'll do that all twice, okay? And then we're going to do 1 round of training, and that's going to consist of a row hold, and then a lunge hold on each side, and then a single leg march hold each side for 20 seconds. And then the last one will be a push-up hold. So that's where we want to have our band set up, is for that push-up hold in the bottom. After that, we'll do 1 round of restoration, in which we'll do a forward fold for 20 seconds or 5 breaths. I like to go by time just because everybody breathes a little bit faster. So we'll hold it for 20 seconds. And then we'll do standing extension stretch for 20 seconds. And then we'll be laying flat on the ground, just breathing and relaxing for 20 seconds after that, okay? If you would like to revisit this class and do it again, you can go to our Primal 7 website, and underneath I just lost my train of thought. Underneath the blog and underneath videos, you will see the Foundations program, and you can scroll through and find the follow along video. It's also on our YouTube page as well. So all you have to do is go to either one of those, and the Foundations 1 class and the rest of the classes will be on there as well. So that is how you find it. Along with the Foundations 1 class, there is a ton of other videos that we've done in the past year. Pain relief videos, which honestly, you don't have to be in pain to do them. You can just do them as like an accessory workout to anything else that you're doing. So there's 1 for shoulder, 2 for lower back, 1 for hip, knee, so on and so forth. And then there's a core stability program, flexibility program, and a balance video actually coming out this month. So lots of stuff, content for you guys on our YouTube page and in our blog. All the blog posts will be on our Primal 7 site. So that's kind of how you can get a hold of some new workouts if you're kind of struggling to figure out what to do on a daily basis with your workouts, okay? All right, let's see what time it is. All right, it is 6:30 on the dot here. So if you guys have any questions as we're going throughout this, just save them till the end. We'll do a live Q&A. You can ask me anything you need related to Primal 7 exercises and setup, so on and so forth. So just save those till the end. If not, we will get started here. And again, like I said earlier, make sure you have your band set up for a push-up hold position. So for me, a comfortable position is about 1 inch and 1.5 inches off the floor. Everybody's a little bit different. If you want more support, then raise the band up. If you want less support, raise it down. Okay, so that's where we're gonna start. My rings are also locked, so both of the green webbing straps are hooked into the 9 hooks, okay? All right. Okay, let's get started here. I'll set my timer. All right, so we'll do a quick introduction. Hi, everybody. My name's Jenna Ellis. I am a physical therapist for Primal 7. Tonight we'll be doing Foundations 1 class, and you can follow along in your bands. We're gonna walk through each exercise. So we'll be in each one for about 20 seconds, some are 10 seconds. I'll make sure I call it out so you guys know what we're doing. And I'll call out the times as well, so you know when we're switching, and a couple little tips going along the way. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is preparation. So everybody come on into your band. And we'll get into T-spine twist position. So band is gonna come just underneath your armpits here. A comfortable position is if you take 2 fingers and put it in the crook of your armpit. The band should be resting just below that 2nd finger there. That's a comfortable spot for me, all right? So now you're gonna come into your primal lean with your ears to ankle alignment. So if I would put dots on the outside of my ear, shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle, they would all match up in a nice diagonal line. So I'm not slouching like this or twisting or anything like that, all right? Both hands are gonna start on green. You're going to sweep your right arm out to the side, hold there for 10 seconds. You'll feel a nice stretch across the front part of your chest and your arm. Nice deep breaths, make sure your butt's squeezed. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that right arm back to green and then switch over to the left. Sweep that left arm out to the side. We'll hold here for 10 seconds as well. Your arm should be about shoulder height. In 3, 2, and 1. Bring the left arm back to green and then stand your feet back up again. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is go into a squat hold. So now for squat hold, I'm gonna come into an exaggerated lean, all right? My feet are gonna be hips width apart. And then I'm going to sit my hips down and back. We'll hold here for 20 seconds. Yes, 20 seconds is a long time for the squat hold. Make sure your chest is staying lifted and your knees are not going over your toes and your knees are not collapsing or caving in. Keep holding here, stay nice and tight for 3, 2, 1. Push through your heels, straighten your knees and hips, and then step your feet back together. All right, so coming to face away now from your system, we're gonna do a hamstring stretch for 10 seconds on each side. So I'm gonna center my left foot underneath my body and then place the right arch of my foot into the band. I'll push my leg out until I feel a nice stretch. We'll hold here for 10 seconds. If you notice too, I'm pushing more out with my hands than anything to get a better stretch, and it helps me stay a little bit more balanced. Bend that knee, come back in, and then center the right foot underneath your body. Left arch of your foot comes, a left arch comes in the middle of the band. Come back out into that hamstring stretch again. Use your hands to push out on the band. It'll give you a better stretch. If you start to feel unbalanced, just bend your knee and come back to start. 3, 2, 1, bend the knee and come back in. All right, so coming out from behind your Primal 7 system here, the last part of preparation is shoulder overhead stretch. So grab both rings, okay? From here, I'm gonna push my hands straight up, walk my butt back towards my door, and then kind of sit down into a little mini squat, and you'll feel a big stretch in your shoulders. So while you're doing this, press actively your hands up and away from your head and your shoulders, and try to bring those rings together a little bit. You feel a nice stretch in your shoulders and down around your sides. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Stand back up, and then hands can come back down. All right, we're gonna go now into round 2, not 3, round 2 of training. So preparation. Everybody come back into the band for T-spine twist. Band comes underneath here, coming into my primal lean. All right, sweep your right hand out to the side. Stop when you feel a nice stretch. Big deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Return the right hand back to green and then switch to your left hand. Stop when you feel a stretch. Your arms should be about parallel with your shoulder. Keep holding here. My butt squeezed nice and tight. It's not slouching back. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and bring the left hand back to green. All right, from here, we're gonna go into our squat hold again. So come into an exaggerated lean, take a half step or a step forward. Sit your hips down and back as low as you can comfortably go, all right? Some people might not be able to get as low as I can. If you come into just a little quarter squat, that's where you are, that's completely fine. We wanna make sure our knees are not tracking over our toes, past them, and our knees are not caving in. Keep holding here, chest is nice and upright for 3, 2, 1, press up, squeeze your butt, and then stand your feet back underneath again. All right, coming now back to facing away from your system. We're gonna go with our hamstring stretch again. So center your left foot underneath your body. Place your right arch in the middle of your band, and then stretch out till you feel a nice stretch in the back of your right hamstring. And you can use your hands to push out on green. Just a gentle hold here for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bend the right knee. Place that right leg centered underneath your body, and then switch to your left foot in the band. All right, pushing on out again for hamstring stretch. Hold here. And again, everybody's a little different with how far they can stretch. Just go to your own tolerance. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bend that left knee. Come back out from underneath your Primal 7 system. Grab both rings for shoulder overhead stretch. Last one here. All right, punch those hands up towards the ceiling, and then sit your butt back towards your wall, keeping your hands pressed up away from your shoulders, and kind of pressing those rings together too. You'll feel a nice stretch in your shoulders and down your sides. Nice inhales and exhales. Breathe deeply and evenly. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1, and come back up. All right, so that is the end of preparation. We are going to go into training. So we'll do one round of training. We're going to do a row hold first for 20 seconds, and then a lunge hold, 20 seconds on each leg. After that, we'll go into a single leg march hold, and then the last one will be a push-up hold. All right, so everybody can grab one ring in each hand and then walk the rings out until the straps are taut. From here, just kind of lean back and see how the rings are just kind of holding you. From here, take a half step forward till you're in your primal lean. Remember, ears to ankle alignment. Okay, I'm gonna go just a little bit further from me. From here, pull your hands towards your chest or your rib cage. We'll hold here for 20 seconds, squeezing your shoulder blades down and back. If you have to readjust, that's fine. Sometimes it takes just a little bit to learn where your positioning is for this row hold. Sometimes you might have to walk your feet a little bit more forward if you're a little bit too upright. Just make sure you're squeezing those shoulder blades down and back. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower back to start. All right, step your feet back together, and then we'll go back into the band for our lunge hold on each side. All right, so the band's gonna go underneath my armpits just as we did in T-spine twist. All right, we're gonna come into our exaggerated lean. We'll start with the right foot back first. So I'm gonna take a big step back with my right foot, okay? And now we're gonna come down and hold. You're gonna hover that right knee just above the floor. Make sure your left knee is not past your toes and your knee's not caving in, all right? And everybody's a little bit different with how far they can go down. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Press back up to stand. I know those are no fun. Shake those legs out a little bit. Come into that exaggerated lean. Right foot stays forward, left foot takes a big step back now. All right, coming down, hold here. If you find that your chest is falling forward and everything's coming forward this way, stand back up and take a bigger step into your exaggerated lean, and that should help you out a little bit. Almost there, keep holding for 3, 2, 1. Press back up to stand, both feet come back together. Then go ahead and stand on up. All right, from here, we're gonna turn around and the band's gonna come at the base of my chest. We're gonna do a single leg march hold. So we'll start on our left foot first. From here, I'm just in my primal lean facing away from the anchors, ears to ankle alignment. Center your left foot underneath your body, and then just pick your right foot up about an inch above the ground. We'll hold here for 20 seconds. Make sure you're squeezing your left glute, that left butt cheek there, nice and tight. If you're not squeezing it, sometimes your hips will kind of tilt down towards the side. We don't want that to happen. This is a balance thing here. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Place that right foot back down on the ground. Now, center the right foot underneath your body, and we'll switch over to the left. Pick your left foot up. Here we go again. Squeeze that right glute, nice and tight. It helps to kind of focus on something about 10 feet in front of you. Keep your abs nice and tight, shoulders are down and back. Keep holding here. Make sure you're gripping with your toes too. Your toes play a big part in balance. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Place the left foot back down. Okay, last one here in training is our push-up hold. All right, so from here, I'll walk the band out and place it at my hips, and then I'm gonna walk back till my feet are all the way back up against my door. All right, so I'm in push-up position. My hands are directly underneath my shoulders and a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Okay, I'm pushing actively away from the floor. My butt squeezed nice and tight. I'm not sagging, or my butt's not up in the air too high like this either, okay? I'm in a nice plank position. From here, we're gonna lower down and hold for 20 seconds, pushing your hips into the band. Shoulders squeeze down and back. Don't let your shoulders round forward. Keep holding here. Gently tuck your chin. Keep squeezing your butt. This is not the most fun. Keep holding. We're almost there. In 3, 2, 1. Press your body away from the floor, and then you can come back up to stand. All right. Awesome job, guys. So that's the end of training. It's just one round in Foundations 1. In Foundations 2, you'll pick up the pace a little bit more. All right, so now we're gonna move on to restoration. We've got 3 things to do in restoration. The first one is a forward fold in the band. Just kind of relaxing, giving ourselves a nice break from what we just did. So come into your primal lean with the band at your hips. From here, I'm just gonna walk myself down and hang out in this forward fold. All right. You can cross your hands one on top of the other if you'd like, or you can put them on the floor or on your legs. You feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings, your calves, and in your lower back as well. Let your head just relax. Move your head side to side. Shake your head no, and shake your head yes, yes, yes. Keep holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Now to come on out of this, I'm just gonna walk my hands up my knees. Take a second just to let all the blood kind of come back down again. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is standing extension or standing back bends. We're not flipping over backwards, we're just gonna extend back just a little bit. So we're gonna come into our T-spine twist position. So band underneath my shoulders or my armpits. Hands are gonna start on green. Okay, my butt squeezed nice and tight. From here, all I'm gonna do is raise my arms up and extend back just a little bit. So we'll hold here for 20 seconds. Now it should feel like the band is firmly holding you. If you feel like you're flipping out of the back of the band, raise the band up just a little bit more, up higher under your shoulder blades. Just a nice kind of good morning stretch here. 3, 2, 1, bring your hands back to green, and then step your feet underneath you. All right, so now the last thing we have here, we'll come on out of the band. All we're gonna do is lay flat on the floor here, and just take a nice little break, nice resting break here. Nice deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just kind of relaxing, letting our heart rate come down from the work we've just done. Keep holding here. For 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. So now to come on up off the floor, how I teach all my patients in physical therapy, especially people with back issues, how to get in and out of bed and up and down from the floor. Roll, I'm going to show you on the left side. Roll onto your left side here. Bend your knees, then with your hands, push up. All right, then you can swing your legs around. So then your back stays nice and flat, and you're not twisting and turning all over the place and creating some unnecessary tension there. All right, so that was Foundations 1. It's a pretty quick workout. Hopefully you guys got some good use out of this class tonight. Foundations 2 class, you can find it on our website under videos and on our website or on our YouTube channel. And it's under the Foundations programming. Foundations 2 then goes into repetition. So after you've gotten good at your holds and you feel comfortable with your alignment, the next class will move on to repetition. So you're doing about 5 repetitions, practicing that perfect alignment as you go through a new range of motion. After that class, once you're comfortable with that, you'll move on to Foundations 3 class. And that one is time. So you'll be working for a set period of time. About 30 seconds is what we normally go for. And it's just repetitions there. All right, so that is Foundations program. It's a whole body workout, just getting you ready to move and getting you a little bit more comfortable with the Primal 7 system. All right, okay, so that's the end of the class here. I will take any questions that you guys have now. So feel free to unmute yourselves. If you have a question about setup, you can share your screen, whatever you guys are most comfortable with. And later on too, if you have any questions, I'll put my email in the chat. It's jenna@primal7.com. There it is in the chat there. Okay. So we do have some classes coming up. Let me grab my calendar here, just so you guys know. The next class will be next Tuesday, the 19th. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me, sorry about that. I could feel it coming on for like a minute. I knew it was gonna happen. So the next class will be Tuesday the 19th, and we'll be going over hip pain relief class number 1. So you don't have to be in any hip pain to do this class or to go with these videos. It's actually a great little accessory program to go along with the other programs that you're doing, just to kind of help tune up those muscles that are around the hip and keep everything in good working condition. I kind of program them around if I had a patient in the clinic that was a hip patient, I would try to give them certain amounts of like home exercises to do. So it's a shorter little program designed to just keep our individual body segments a little bit healthier. All right, so we're gonna go over hip number 1 next week, okay? All right, anybody have any questions? Thank you, Mary. Let's see here. After next week, our final class of January is on the 25th, and that will be a lower back pain relief class. So there's 2 lower back series that we did. One is for sciatic nerve pain, that shooting pain down the back of your leg. And the other one is actually for generalized lower back pain, kind of like that belt line pain that you kind of feel just like achy. So we're gonna go over class number 1 with that. Later on this month too, as I mentioned earlier, we will be releasing a new balance series. All of those videos can be found on our YouTube channel and in our blog as well. So we've got flexibility classes, balance classes, core classes, basically a class for every part of the body. So shoulders, lower back, hips, knees, and upper thoracic and neck too, along with foundations. So hopefully you guys enjoy that content and you can use it throughout your day and your week with all your workouts. Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions at all? If not, I will let you guys go for tonight. Just make sure that when you're going through Foundations 1 class, that you're really practicing perfect alignment. There goes my golden retriever. He has to make an appearance at least once every class. So making sure you have that perfect alignment. When you have perfect alignment, it does carry over into your everyday life, like standing up and down from a chair, getting in and out of bed. And it just helps to have great alignment when you go through these motions so that we're not having tissue breakdown and it's not having any progress toward injury later on. So that's why it's so important to really practice great alignment. All right. All right, thank you guys so much for joining in. Again, if you have any questions, please send it to my email, jenna@primal7.com. If you forget that, just find us on our website and they will get you sent over to me. All right. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your night.